Hello, bankruptcy attorney Brian Barboza. Today we're going to talk about what bankruptcy is generally. But before we get started, if you want to learn more about bankruptcy or have some questions, feel free to go to my website, barbozalaw.com. I have a blog associated with that, as well as a lot of good information, and you can even book an appointment directly with me on my website. So what bankruptcy is generally. There's a lot of misconceptions about bankruptcy, and when I meet with people, I can tell that they're just somewhat confused, and so let's get some general principles out of the way. What bankruptcy is, it's a petition for relief from a federal U.S. bankruptcy court, and that's just a fancy way of saying that you're going to be requesting from a United States bankruptcy judge an order declaring that your debts are discharged. Now, the bankruptcy judge has the authority to discharge most types of debts, but there are some types of debts that the judge does not have the statutory authority to discharge. And so with that in mind, there are also different types of bankruptcies, and we refer to those as chapters. There's a Chapter 7, there's a Chapter 13, there's a Chapter 11, a Chapter 12, and a Chapter 9. So Chapter 7 is the most commonly filed bankruptcy case. It is what some people refer to as a fresh start bankruptcy. It's pretty quick. It's about 90 days long, and it doesn't require any kind of monthly repayment. However, Chapter 7 is also called a liquidation bankruptcy, which means if you have assets that are greater in value than what you are allowed to protect, we call that exempting property, then those additional assets can be taken from you by what's called a bankruptcy trustee, liquidated, and then the money would be paid out to your creditors. A Chapter 13 is a plan of reorganization. It's a personal plan of reorganization. It's for individuals, not businesses. And you can file it and propose a monthly payment plan for 36 months up to 60 months. So that's 3 years up to 5 years. The payment ranges. It depends on your income. It depends on some other factors. The nice thing about Chapter 13 is you don't lose assets. It's not a liquidation. The trade-off is you're going to be making a monthly payment. And at the end of your last payment, the judge will then issue an order declaring that your debts are discharged, and so you can still receive a significant discharge of debts in the Chapter 13. Chapter 11, an individual can file, but most of the time it's a business, and that's a reorganization for a business or potentially for an individual whose debts are so high that they're not eligible for Chapter 13. And those are very complicated. They can take a long time, and they can be very contentious. There are a couple other types of bankruptcies, a Chapter 12, which is for a family farmer or fisherman, and a Chapter 9, which generally is utilized by a government agency or municipality. So that's it in a nutshell. That's what bankruptcy is, and those are the different types of bankruptcies. If you would like to talk more about this, please don't hesitate to call me or go to barbozalaw.com and schedule an appointment with me directly on my website. Thank you very much, and have a good day.